Good morning, this is Dwayne, and we've been doing a series on music theory titled Good Stuff You Really Ought to Know About Music. And we've covered lots of areas so far, and today we're going to cover cadences. A cadence is a chord progression that ends the end of a phrase, that concludes the end of a phrase or the end of a song, the end of a section. And so it comes to some sort of rest, in other words. All chord progressions don't come to a sense of rest, do they? I mean, you can have this say, that last chord has a sense of rest, but the others certainly don't. Whatever the chord is, they don't have a sense of rest until you get to the end of a phrase or the end of a song. So that's what a cadence is. It's a chord progression that comes to a sense of rest. And there's four main kinds. There's others, but I'm just going to cover the four main types of cadences. A cadence that goes like this, that's the most familiar kind of cadence. You'd be playing any kind of song and you end like this. You know that the song or certainly the section is finished, right? That's called an authentic cadence. Authentic cadence is 5-1. And then there's this cadence, or better yet, that's a 4-chord going to a 1-chord. That's called a plagal cadence, also known as an amen cadence. And of course it's used in hymns, but it's used in a lot of other things. It's a 4-1 chord progression, okay? I'm talking about the key of C, but we'll do it in a couple other keys as well, okay? So we have an authentic cadence, which is 5-1, a plagal cadence that is 4-1, a half cadence is where you end on 5. It doesn't matter where you come from. It could be a flat 6-5. It could be a 2-5. It could be anything, but you end on the 5 chord or the 5-7 chord. Okay, that's called a half cadence because you're half done right before you get home to the 1 chord. And then there's a deceptive cadence where you have you expect this. In an authentic cadence, you expect that, don't you? But what if you go like this? That's called a deceptive cadence because you're tricking the people. They're expecting to go home to 1, but you go somewhere else. Like so, okay? And that can lead other places. So there's 4 main kinds of cadences. What are they? Authentic is 5-1. Plagal is 4-1. Half cadence is where you end on 5, and deceptive cadence is where you don't end on 1, you go to some other chord after the 5-7 chord. Okay? Now let's do it in another key just to make that clear. So say we're in the key of E flat based on the scale of E flat. Okay? So authentic cadence would be the 5 chord, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, B flat, going home to 1. The plagal cadence would be the 4 chord going home to 1. So amen, right? The half cadence would be any chord that leads to the 5 chord, so it could be, but you'd end on the 5-7 chord, okay? And the deceptive cadence, again, is 5 to anything except 1. It's usually 6 minor, by the way, but not always. It doesn't have to be. Okay, the 4 kinds of cadences then are authentic, plagal, half, and deceptive. If you enjoy this sort of thing, come on over to Play Piano and sign up for our entire series of piano tips. They're all free. So hope you can join us. Bye-bye for now.